This is Chris Wyatt reporting from South Africa. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourselves around the world today, folks. Herzliche Glückwunsch bei uns. Herzlich willkommen bei uns. Servus. Ich hoffe, alle finden sich in guter Laune jetzt heute am Sonntag, der 1. September 2024. Und wir sind wieder da. Unsere Sendung heute kommt aus Pennsylvania und ich bin da. Ich bin Ihr Kommentator, der Cornell. Welcome, folks. Bienvenue. How's it going? How you doing out there? Welcome back to the program. Sunday, September 1st, 2024. 8 months in the books, done and dusted, gone for this year. The time just goes by. Sunday brunch. I'm hungry as well. Haven't eaten yet, and gosh, I don't know if I can afford it, but I'm thinking about some more steamed crabs. Oh, I had some good ones yesterday. I think I want some more. Or was it Friday? I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. Anyway, folks, welcome back. It's good to see you all again. Lots to talk about as usual. Nonsense going on, crazy. So let me greet everyone in the chat very quickly. Shawnee's here, James Bowie, Val Cooper, Gerhard Steenkamp, Allison Johnson, Alan Coates, it's me again, Akan Engman, Mark Sayers, Krokotopia, and Mike is in from the Philadelphia area, and nearly dinner at my place. Yes, well, it's early evening in South Africa. But welcome back, folks. It's colors drive me nuts here. Straighten that out. That's good to see you all again. My stream today is a little bit late because I was preparing a video in response to a City Press, a vile piece of repulsive opinion editorial posted. Again, as I said previously in the other op-eds, that's what they're doing now. The media, the leftist clique of race hustlers has switched over from reporting news stories on Ronaldo Hus and Roman Kaepernick, realizing that they find themselves in legal jeopardy with the nonsense they're spewing. They have switched over to op-ed, because in op-ed you can express opinions, and they get away with not putting facts in there. But that's unfortunate. Facts matter, ladies and gentlemen. Facts matter. The truth does matter, despite the media's efforts to claim otherwise and misbehave. I mean, that's just the reality. I see that Diane McMeekin has showed up here too. Sounds like they're doing everything to slur. They really are, Mike. And speaking of which, remember all the nonsense about Kamala Harris? She's in front. First off, let me do my best Kamala Harris impersonation. It's not that great, but you ready? You ready? Miss Vice President, so can you tell us about your policies? What is going to happen in Iran? What will you be doing in the Gaza situation? First, we're going to win. Gone. The New York Times said it best about Timmy Waltz, the stolen valor fraud. Timmy Waltz, the vice presidential candidate, the white guy from Minnesota, a state that hates white people. But the white guy from Minnesota, he was described by the New York Times in the fake interview that was done with Kamala Harris, the edited, trimmed down to just 18 minutes because that's the best they can manage of this ridiculous nonsense. Donald Trump gives 4-hour interviews, and Kamala Harris can't handle a 20-minute interview. So Timmy Waltz was described by the New York Times as being very good at sitting, being quiet, and smiling. Well, that's what he brings to the table, sitting, being quiet, and smiling. Oh, yes, and stolen valor, a man that allows people to believe things or implies things about his military career and his military service, which are patently false. A man who arrested 95 miles an hour speeding in a 55 zone. For intoxication, endangering public safety. This is a man that we want as Vice President of the United States, a man that is so reckless driving an automobile. And I don't want to hear he was young. He wasn't young. It was the 1990s. 1990s. He was in his 30s. In his 30s. He wasn't young. He wasn't 18. Wasn't 16. This reckless clown is who we want running the country. A man who who vetoed a bill saying that human beings are entitled to rights the moment they're born so they can be murdered by abortionists. This is who we want to be the vice president? I don't think so. Little Timmy Waltz, the stolen valor clown. As I said, the vice president's picks really don't matter. It's had no impact. But here's the biggest thing. We're going to get back to South Africa and the rest of Africa in just a moment. But first off, I've got to tell you that I told you that these were all lies. These are fake polls, nonsense. There's a poll that was put out the other day, and it wasn't a poll. It was a fake social media post. Instead, a Fox News poll said that 89% of veterans support Kamala Harris and the military, active military. 94% of active military support. What a crock of horse manure. It went all over. But it's all lies. No such poll exists. Fox conducted no such poll. This is fraud. Who in the right mind would fall for such stupidity? The military, which is generally conservative, its members, not exclusively, there are many lunatic lefties in the uniform, but generally it's conservative. About 65% or more of people in the military are conservative by and large, if not higher percentage. And you're going to tell me that 89% support Kamala Harris. For what? What has she ever done except get people killed in Afghanistan? So, I've told you all along, these national polls where Kamala Harris is surging, she's overtaken, they're all bullshit, a bunch of bullshit. And even if they were true, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hillary Clinton won the popular vote in 2016. Do you know why? Because of one state, one leftist demented crap weasel state. She won the election by over 1 million votes. However, in California, she won 8.1 million votes. Donald Trump got 3.9 million. So she beat him by 4.2. The entire vote differential in the entire 2016 difference, when they scream out, oh, but she won the popular vote. She won in California. So California should get to decide what the rest of us live with? No, that's why we have an electoral college. So, doesn't matter. New York, it's hers. California, it's hers. Florida, it's Trump's. Texas, it's Trump's. Those are out of play. They're not in the game. People that understand politics understand what's going on. That doesn't matter. Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, Nevada, that's what matters. That's where the race will turn. These are the places where the vote is close or shifting, or they're becoming purple instead of red or blue, and that's where the things are in play. No discussion of that whatsoever. Trump is still ahead in these places. We had fake reporting a day ago saying that she had the lead in 2 of them, but it's not true. News reporting today tells the truth. From all places, leftist rag Newsweek reporting the truth, but the media aren't talking about it. So, spring day in GQ, South Africa. Okay. A good day to start something big. I was just thinking, hearing you speaking German. Wieso, Hakan? Was sollen wir denn eigentlich gigantisch heute anfangen? Ja, ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich glaube, ich soll die Reste von dieser Sendung auf Englisch versuchen. Yeah, S-Buck opening a beer. Cool. Arctic is here. They're going to steal. Yep, watch. If they can get away with underhanded attempts at Trump's life. Well, they tried another attempt. Did you guys see that nonsense? Oh, my goodness. This wackadoodle. Let me see if I can get this up there. Hang on. I didn't have prepared to do this, so let's see what I can do here. I wasn't prepared. I was going to make a video about this yesterday, but I got very busy. Let me find this. Where's it at? Is this it? There it is. Yeah, hang on. I'll show you this. Now, this is one of the videos that's out there. This wackadoodle. I'm not going to show you all of it because it goes on for a minute. Come on. Oh, freaking thing. There we go. Oh, what's going on? Whoa. What happened there? My computer's not playing nice. Come back here. Sorry. Hang on, folks. I'll get this sorted in a minute. There we go. Now I can do it. Okay, so this is what happened in Johnstown at his rally on Friday. Another leftist wackadoodle threatening the life of Donald Trump. But he's not even close to him. He's just being a fool. So this isn't getting much press or attention, but this is what happened on Friday, folks. Here you go. Ready? Trump is still talking in the background, not even disturbed by this. Look at these people. So another attempt on Donald Trump's life, and that's not even being covered as such. Now, it wasn't really an attempt. I don't know they even had a weapon. Someone said he had a laser pointer. Maybe he was a spotter for a sniper. Who knows? But, yeah, that beta boy, he didn't get taken on instantly. I'll tell you, these law enforcement and security guards are a bunch of wusses. Why are they fighting with him? You drop him from the back of the knees. Why are they standing there? You just put your knee in the back of his knees or smack the back of his knees and he drops right to the ground. Instead, they fight with him for over a minute. Bunch of losers. Now, they're going to tell you that Donald Trump is going to lose this election. They're going to tell you that Kamala Harris is popular. And I'm going to tell you that's BS. You ready for this? This is Johnstown on Friday, where thousands of people couldn't get into the event, like most of these events. This is Johnstown. Yeah, Donald Trump is losing in Pennsylvania. He's ahead by 1 point. Horse manure. Horse manure. Look at this. She can't draw flies. And look at this. This is outside. People trying to get in. 5 hours before. This is 5 hours before the event. Look at this. There's Scott Pressler. Okay, you're not impressed by that? Watch it goes around the river, down there. Look at that, across the river. Those people are waiting over there. Those people are waiting to get into this event. Tens of thousands of people in frickin' Johnstown, known best for a man-made earthen dam that collapsed and killed a lot of people over a century ago. Johnstown. They're going to tell you that Donald Trump is losing. What a crock. What an absolute crock. I mean, this is just total nonsense, folks. I mean, it's unbelievable, but it is believable because it's what they do. It's what they do. Chantel Valber says, Trump 24 the world needs Trump be elected. I agree. Petra, how's it going? Hester has the same feeling, makes people believe that she's ahead, so after the election they can claim. Exactly. She's not ahead. We're going to talk about it. You know what? I'm going to skip ahead to that news now, okay? And we'll cover the rest of the news a little bit later on. We got to talk about Roman Kabanak, about City Press, about Monli Makanya and his vile publication. But let's get to these media things, and I'll skip them later on. So here's the news. Here's the real news coming out of the election that's not being talked about by most media. And ironically, Newsweek publishes it. It's funny how they sometimes try to be neutral. Kamala Harris trails Donald Trump in 5 new battleground polls. Wow. Vice President Kamala Harris is behind Donald Trump in 5 key swing state polls, with the pair tied in a further 2, which is what I've been telling you. I've been telling you since before she went to her convention that Trump leads in 5. He's going to win those 5. The other 2, one's a toss-up, one she was slightly ahead. That's what I've been saying all along. Now they're finally admitting the truth, and they're going to admit more truth here in a moment. Even ABC News is reporting the truth. Surveys by Republican pollsters Trafalgar of 3 key battleground states, which could determine who wins, show Trump is beating Harris 47-45 in Pennsylvania and 47-46 in Wisconsin. They're neck and neck in Michigan, with Trump ahead 47 to her 46.6. While she saw waves of enthusiasm since she was endorsed by Sleepy Joe after he ended his comical re-election campaign, surveys showing her not beating Trump in battleground states are largely consistent with polling companies' previous results, so it hasn't changed. Surveys show that Trump has a narrow 1-point lead over her in Arizona, 49-49, in Nevada, 48-47, North Carolina, 49-48, and the pair are tied at 48 in Georgia. So there you go. 2 months ago before the election, and she is not leading. She is not leading. They lie. And here, even more disturbing, when there's a convention, candidates get a bump in the polls. Trump got a bump in the polls. McCain got a bump in the polls. Even scumbag Romney got a bump in the polls. People get a bump in the polls. The Democrats have it. They get a bump. They get a few points. Usually it's 3 to 5 percentage points in a poll because people watch the poll. They become a little energized by it, or watch the convention, get a little energized by it, and then the poll numbers go up 3 to 5%. But that typically dissipates 7 to 10 days after the polls. It's what I said. McCain was an exception. He got a 5-point boost. He kept that for about 3 weeks after the convention in 2008. Unfortunately, his stupid behavior over the financial crisis cost him the election, and it was thrown to Barack Obama. But this is the truth about Kamala Harris. Harris doesn't get convention balance, but widens the gap with women. So women want to vote for her because she has a vagina. Well, what a bunch of stupid women. I don't vote for men because they have penises. That's just ridiculous. Kamala Harris has maintained her advantage over Trump on personal attributes, with her being seen as a better campaign in a new poll, but doubts about Trump's campaign and base. The race between the two remains close. No overall balance. No overall balance in support for Harris out of her nominating convention, albeit with a wider gap. Trump was bounce free from his convention, indicating the locked-in nature of the highly polarized contest. So she's gone nowhere. 93% of Democrats and 56% of independents rate Harris's campaign positively, as do 24% of Republicans. That's bullshit. 24% of Republicans say she's got a positive campaign. All she does is attack Trump. She lied about the cemetery appearance by Trump. Fewer groups see Trump's campaign positively. 79% of Republicans, 38% of independents, and 13% of Democrats. That's not too bad, actually. Anyway, but she's not getting the numbers that they claim she's getting. It's just a bunch of lies. Yep, Mike, there are Trump supporters in Austria. There's Trump supporters in Germany, Trump supporters in France, Trump supporters in the UK, South Africa, Australia, and that's what makes them nervous. Seamus says, I'm a Trump-loving fan in Cape Town. He'll make a positive difference in the world. Well, he did last time. Light Rain says, watch the live streamer walk a Trump rally of a lot of people, walking 2.3 miles of people. It sounds remarkable, but he walks the entire length with his GPS, chatting the whole time. No edits. Well, Light Rain, I would do that. except that the rallies aren't here. He already had the rallies. And, you know, it's crazy. I would go and interview people, but you got to be careful what they say. YouTube will censor you. So, Carlos, greetings to you. And Charles Van Onsen, the voice of reason, is here. I don't see Paulie. Anyway, Chantel, it's good to see you. Welcome for being here. All right, let's get to the news, starting with South Africa. And if you're wondering about the hat, this is, of course, a brand in South Africa. R.M. Williams, established 1932. 1932. That's a long-held brand. That's almost a century. Almost a century. It's a long time for a brand. Anyway, if the looks familiar. All right, let's get to it, folks. City Press runs a vile, using his terminology, the author's terminology, a vile op-ed today against Ramon Cabanach, the Democratic Alliance, Ronaldo Goes, and John Steenhuisen. And this is just patently race hustling. It's vile and disgusting. Now, a lot of people say, Chris, why do you bother covering this stuff? Because it's a echo chamber. Most of your audience is simply of pretty much the same view as you. Well, that may be true, but the problem with these publications and these media outlets is they publish something and that becomes the record. That's what's out there. If someone doesn't refute it and tell the truth and do genuine analysis, then they get away with it. So years later, people say, oh, they did this. That's not true. And all the people that were alive then are dead. So you're stuck with the record. So this is for the record. That's why I do these things. If only people who agree with me watch it, that's unfortunate, but at least it's there. People can refer to it when they do proper research. I didn't see any Secret Service there, Lynette. That would have been far away. Likely, local police would have been responsible for that. There were security people there, and there was local police who responded. They just were pretty ineffective. Again, you don't look. This isn't a concert where a little, preteen with budding breasts is trying to jump on the stage to kiss Bono. Why you kiss Bono? He's ugly as sin. But anyway, this isn't a place where little girls are trying to jump on the stage, or horny little boys are trying to jump on the stage and grab Taylor Swift's leg. That's not what this is. This is the President of the United States, who was nearly assassinated, but for windage, just recently. And some idiot gets up and behaves like this. You go over and you take them out. You take them down. Simple. I don't know who's responsible for that security detail in Johnstown, but they need to be fired. And the people there need to be disciplined for their failure. That goes on for a while. That's just one of the videos. There's another video that shows it too, if I've got it here still. Oh, come on. Apparently it's not coming up right. Here it is from a different angle. All right, it just looked like a photo. It doesn't show up like a video on my thing, so I had to fix it. So, yeah, this is just unacceptable. Sorry, we're back on this because I'm answering questions, but we'll get back to South Africa. I mean, seriously, look at them. Look at how long and hard they fight. Just take him out. Take him down. Look, now, oh, I'm not resisting. Bullshit, you're not resisting. Look at him. Look at this nonsense. Hey, Courtney's out in Salt Lake. Look at that. How many cops it takes to bring this wuss down, this freaking, soy boy? But those are local cops and security guys on the other side of the fence. See those guys? They're security guys. Yeah, so, I mean, this is just ridiculous how long it took them to bring him down. Not acceptable. Not acceptable, folks. Anyway, so that's just another one of those. All right, so Ramon Ronaldo are learning what we all know. South Africans get along just fine until we get in contact with money and power. Yeah, that's true. The video is 15 years old, the video in question. But the author of this piece acts as if this is something Ronaldo does all the time. He says vile things. He says basically he's a fellow traveler with Eugene Terreblanche and the AWB. I mean, this is criminal misconduct. It's shameful, absolutely shameful, absolutely shameful. So let's get back to that story. So City Press runs an op-ed today, and this is the op-ed from City Press right there. Mondli Makanya, who is the editor, says, "Hi, DA, you might not get it, but racism hurts. It does hurt. And the racism being expressed here against Ronaldo in particular is vile and repulsive, and it's dangerous." Yep, if there's anything that really irks the DA, it's consistent or the constant characterization by foes as a racist party, and their right to be irked. The label is thrown about so flimsily that we risk the loss of its meaning, and real racists no longer feeling shame at being called such. Well, yeah, and people not ashamed to do race hustling like Mondi, ignoring the facts of the case. There's no mention in this op-ed. It's now been 9 days since the press council admonished the Penn Online for the fraud that it committed in breach of the press code. Multiple instances of breach of the press code. If they were a law enforcement agency, they probably could have proved all the allegations against them, but they don't have this power of subpoena. It's been 9 days, and yet this race hustling garbage appears on the city press. Unbelievable. Let me tell you some of the stuff this guy said. He said, it's amazing that, oh, I'm sorry, that's my comment. He says, one of the first, what's that? Jan Bota, thank you for membership. Oh, that's Courtney. Sorry, Courtney. Thank you for the super chat. First one of the month, Courtney. First one through the gate. Oh, there's the second one from Courtney. And then we got Jan Bota becoming a member. Thank you, Jan. Buy a donkey. I appreciate that. So there is Jan's membership. Thank you for that. Courtney McBride has another super chat coming up. But he says one of the first egregious acts. Okay, so let me show you how language matters and why that matters. One of the first egregious acts. That implies that there have been multiple egregious acts. What are these egregious acts? What has the DA done? Are they stolen money? Are they misusing vehicles? Are they overspending? Are they stealing? What? None of that's happened. So what are these egregious acts? There are no egregious acts. But he says one of the first egregious acts of the DA in the post-May 29 period was to send an openly racist man by the name of Ronaldo Chuz to represent the party in Parliament. This jackass clearly doesn't know Ronaldo Chuz. Openly racist? What a whole bunch of horse manure. See, the problem with this is that these leftist hate wankers, anything that you say that they don't agree with makes you racist. And he says that here. He says the label's turned about, it really doesn't mean anything. Because people like him throw it around like that. Show me what Ronaldo did that's racist. And you can't point to this video because we know it's edited. And it was done to mislead people. It's fraudulent. It's illegitimate. It's not genuine. It's not real. I heard that Terry Blanche became more modern in his later years. I don't know. He was killed, and they claimed he was homosexual. That was what they were trying to say. They were tired of having sex with him. That's what they said. But anyway, the whole thing was just a disgusting situation. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Courtney. I appreciate that. I know that comes from your hard efforts pounding the pavement, delivering the mail out there for the United States Postal Service. Thank you for that. Or maybe it's your drill pay. I'm not sure. Anyway, but no, it's if the video is viewed in its entirety, a reasonable and prudent person would not make the claim that Ronaldo's racist. In fact, he denies it and says what was said there was inappropriate language. So this is not an egregious act. And calling him an openly racist man, oh my gosh. Does anybody remember Ronaldo raising money for the petrol station attendant? Do you remember that? I met the petrol station attendant. Nice guy. Ronaldo just wanted to see him do well. By the way, he's black. Why would you raise money and attention and help a black person if you're a racist? Bunch of nonsense. They're once again conflating bigotry and racism together. This is happening across the board. The same with the attacks on Roman Cabanach. Roman Cabanach is a shit stirrer. That's for sure. He is a provocateur. But what does that have to do with anything? Nothing. And Mike just gave a super chat of 20 smackaroos. Thanks for that, Mike. Looking forward to ringing that bell in a moment. E.T. wanted to phone home. Well, if they keep insisting the DA is racist, then the DA can change their name to the Racist Alliance. Maybe see the label instead. Well, listen, they called the Bosters, which in Afrikaans is bastard, and they took it and they own it. Rehoboth Bosters are bastards, and they are proud of it. What's going on with Mosquito's story? Which Mosquito's story? Anyway, so he says that one of the first egregious actions. First, how many are there? So I said, really? Has someone died because Ronaldo's in Parliament? Has someone been robbed? Assassinated? And there's the super chat from Mike. Thank you for that. $20. Yeah. Has someone been assassinated? Did he fail to do something in Parliament? Was something illegal done? No, none of that happened. Just race hustling. This is, he talks about Roman Cabanach and calls him vile. Well, this garbage, this smear is vile. It's unfortunate. This passes for journalism. Shame on you. Shame on you, Monley. That's not journalism. You've been in journalism since 1990. You have no excuse. You should know what journalistic standards are. You should know about objectivity, fairness, accuracy, and truth in reporting. But apparently, the edited version of the video was released only to obtain a conviction in the court of public opinion. Correct, Crab Toes. Exactly right. And so people say, why are you talking about it? Because there needs to be a record of this. You can't just let this stuff go. You have to refute it. Just like Citizen Concern did about Cecil John Rhodes. She did a fantastic video about Cecil John Rhodes, refuting the nonsense. Look, I'm not a fan of Cecil John Rhodes. Yeah, Mike, that's nothing's going to happen there. They're idiots. You lock yourself down, you're a moron. You're afraid of mosquitoes because what, they don't want West Nile virus? That's what it is, I think. Yeah, I haven't really talking about that. So 6 MK members are dead. Oof, man. They're killed in a motor vehicle crash traveling to Nkanla to see the fire pole. Condolences pouring in for 6 MK party members who died during a horrific crash. Wow. It was outside Nkanla. The taxi they were traveling in burnt with them trapped inside. What a horrific way to die. 11 o'clock in the morning while traveling to attend a celebratory event. Wow, that sucks. That's a tough break there, folks. Oh, we'll get more super chats. Hey, they're coming in now. Hussar's got one coming up. Cool beans. Cyril Ramaphosa forges ahead with his state-owned enterprises plan, even though it's in conflict with the ANC's policy positions and what they say in Parliament. But they're both wrong. There it is. Thank you for that, Hussar. 70 Rand. Thank you for that. Boy, let's keep that bell ringing. Come on, Arctic. Open that wallet up. Okay, so I guess that would be termed e-begging rather than joking around. Anyway, yeah, so the ANC and Cyril Ramaphosa are both wrong. State-owned enterprises should be divested and given to the people of South Africa. Give every South African a stake and shares, boom, and a portion sold off to competent people who will make these profitable ventures in the private sector. Stop coddling them, stop giving them handouts, and make them efficient firms. I could take over SAA and fire 70% of the staff and make a profit instantaneously, despite the hideous reputation of South African Airways. The problem is they are bloated, they're poorly run, they're thieving, incorrupt organizations. Yep. No more super chats so that bell gets destroyed by TNT. Well, I'm not using TNT in my house. That's insane. It's insane. You know, I used to have the duck call. Could get that out. All right. Another setup. Yep, it is a setup. All right. Look, if Ronaldo and Roman are on the front pages, things are going well south there. Yeah, that's probably fair, Arctic. If they're the big story, then we're not talking about collapse of the economy, unemployment, gender-based violence, but we should be talking about it. Yeah, they didn't really turn a profit in 2008 because they had government handouts. That's how they went up profitable. But yeah, they've never been profitable. Ramaphosa forges ahead. The 2022 resolution by the party, he's silent on the process of establishing a holding company to house state-owned companies. Now, he wants to put them in a holding company, or they want to put them in a holding company so that they can steal. That's what the ANC politicians want. They want it in a holding company so they can steal from it. Ramaphosa wants to put him, or wait, does he want to do that? And they want to put under, hang on, I got it confused. His plan is to have state-owned enterprise housed under a holding company. He wants them in the holding company so they can steal. And the parliamentary members want them handed down to the individual cabinet positions so they can steal there. More direct access to the money. Rugby halftime horn. I could get that. Okay. All right. My big idea is just put a Stream Deck, put something on here and just ring it. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put a horn on there. We'll do that. That's what I'll try to do. Gert Janssen van Rensburg. He's been a member for 38 months. Thank you for your membership here. Wow. Happy spring day. Well, spring in the southern hemisphere. It's still summer here. All right. I got to bring out my Kamala Harris laugh. I'm so excited. I'm going to do Ray Guns Roo. Let's do the Roo. Let's do the Roo. Ray Guns Roo. Well, this is a fine mud in your eye, a stick in your face. Whoa. Chidima Adeshina is crowned Miss Universe Nigeria. after the xenophobes and racists attacked her citizenship, despite the fact she was born in Soweto, lived there her entire life, claiming she's not a South African. Chidima Adesina has had the last laugh. She has been crowned as Miss Universe Nigeria. I love it. And she's looking kind of hot in that outfit. Look at that. Chidima Adesina, representing Taraba State, was crowned Miss Universe Nigeria last night. The Soweto-born beauty, who brought a lot of controversy before her winning the title, was among 25 contestants who were running for the crown. She was forced to withdraw from Miss South Africa after racist and xenophobe scumbag hate-wanking shitheads in South Africa forced her to leave just days before. And Home Affairs found her prima facie evidence her parents were allegedly committed identity fraud when she was born, raising questions around her citizenship. I think, quite frankly, the South African Home Office should just simply grant her citizenship based on her residence. Yep. Congratulations to Chidima Adesina. That is fantastic news for her. And wonderful how the bigots in South Africa chased her away. Racist bigots. Miss Zimbabwe is white. Is she really? Didn't see that. Let me see. I'll look that up. Miss Zimbabwe. There's only about 30,000 whites left in Zimbabwe. So, nope. Sakile Dube is Miss Zimbabwe. She is not. Oh, it's Miss Universe Zimbabwe. Well, this is confusing. They got a white chick here, too. She competed for it. She didn't win it. Damn, she's hot. Very attractive. Anyway, sorry. I digress. I distracted. Like a kid. All right. Yeah, she's very attractive. Glorious Spring Day, Garden Route. Maryland's loving the Roo. Let's do the Roo. Hey, folks. I've told you the state of education and technical training in South Africa is abysmal. A degree from a South African university means jack squat. It's toilet paper, and especially around the rest of the world. You have to provide additional qualifications and show experience. Nobody wants to hire people from South African universities because they're shit. Absolute shit. The highest ranking one doesn't even come in the top 25 around the world. I think it's like 46 is the best they come in. And here's an example of how bad things are. Chartered accountants fail their board exam. 855 of 982 students from the Mill Park Education Regent Business School and UNISA failed their test of competence. None of the 7 candidates from Rhodes passed. 6 of the 18 students from the University of Witwatersrand failed. Only 14%, or 189 of the 1,333 candidates who sat for the first of 2 qualifying boards to become a chartered accountant passed it. In comparison, 67% of the cohort of students who sat for the board exam in January passed. So what's going on here? Incompetence? Yep, South Africa used to have brilliant universities before the racists took over and destroyed them with their racial revenge. Well, these outbursts are shocking. So says Fikile Mbalula as the South African Communist Party turns on its friends, the ANC. Fikile Mbalula says Sole Mapiala crossed the line and outburst was disrespectful. A public spat erupted yesterday between ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula and SACP boss Sole Mapila over Mapila's criticism of the ANC-led government of national unity. Mapila engages in race-hustling dog whistles. He reacted angrily to an interview that Mapila gave to a podcast where he labeled the decision to enter the government of national unity with the DA as a betrayal and a sellout of the aspirations of our people. Our people, a racist dog whistle which excludes all minority South Africans because to that person, our people are only blacks. That's racist. Shh, racist. Yep. Well, gross misuse of power. They're going after John Steenhuisen, the DA, for hiring unqualified applicants. Well, let me ask you this question, folks. Let me ask you this question. Are you confident that most of government employees are actually qualified to do the job they're doing? Is service delivery effective where you live? Are roads safe where you're at? Does electricity come? Is the trash collected? Are police responsive? Do you have functioning courts where you can seek right of redress? Most people in South Africa would say no to virtually every one of those questions. So we're focusing on a couple people hired by the DA to work in government. Why don't you talk about the whole government? No, it's okay for it to be incompetent as long as it's someone else. Courtney, Brooke Jackson is Miss Universe, Miss Zimbabwe. Well, not according to these guys. So let me look her up. Thank you for that. If that's the same Chica, BROOK. Oh, she shows up first. Yeah, that's her. That's the same Chica. Yep. Let's see. She's 2023, buddy. 2023. Brooke. Yeah, I told you. Just crown somebody else. Brooke Jackson, Zimbabwe model and beauty pageant title holder, crowned Miss Universe Zimbabwe in 2023. So, yeah, she is 2023. And she is smoking hot. Although she has kind of an odd face. Sorry, just saying. Just saying. Anyway, back to where we were. So, listen to this. All these people are supposed to be chartered accountants to keep businesses honest. If you can't get more than 14% of people who take the exam to pass, you've got a problem. And now we're talking about John Steenhuisen. Gross misuse of power. ANC voices concern over John Steenhuisen's appointments. Well, I raised concerns over the continued service of Munir Palapala, who has not been charged with perversion of the means of justice, misuse of government authority, misuse of police resources, torture, unlawful detention, or illicit currency. None of that. So Munir Palapala, I'm very concerned about his continued role, as well as Dr. William Kesey. Prima facie evidence proving he is guilty of corruption. Yet nothing's being done. Nothing's being done. Why is that? Where is Ace Magashule's conviction or trial? Where is Jacob Zuma's trials? Where are the trials of Zwelium Kiza, Ace Magashule, Cyril Ramaphosa? And you're worried about people doing administrative work? An ANC study group on agriculture is concerned about John Steenhuisen's appointments. They've asked the Public Service Administration Minister Buthelezi to deviate from minimum requirements stated in the Public Service Act for his staff. Okay. His appointment of an alt-right podcaster as his chief of staff has also drawn criticism this past week. Alt-right. Unqualified DA candidates eyed for government roles. Unqualified. Well, we can pretty much say that about a fair majority of anybody serving in government. So, well, folks, I was just there recently for my first time ever stopping in it, but it's in trouble. 4 ways. South Africa's largest shopping mall is in trouble. Nobody's going there. 4 Ways Mall faces serious problems, including poor foot traffic, empty stores, and financial challenges. They claim to be on the path to recovery through a turnaround strategy. I question that. It's the largest shopping center in South Africa, boasting gross lettable area of 178,000 square meters and 350 stores. Located in the heart of Johannesburg's northern suburbs with easy access through many prominent roads, the 4 Ways Mall was expanded and revamped in 2019. But it's been losing shops. High vacancy rate, declining rent per square meter result in a big decline in the property's value. Yeah, people won't pay those high rents. Well, folks, don't forget, Paul Matashile, exactly. Yesterday, the Springboks on the verge of embarrassing loss, trailing 10 points with just 12 minutes to go. Quagga Smith saves the day with a brilliant try, diving around the post. And then we get Grant Williams to get the winner on the other end. But now we're hearing sour grapes that, Bonga Badambi's try wasn't a try. Well, that's a fair argument. And they would have lost by 1 point if they hadn't had that. That's horse manure. You can't, that occurred so much earlier, you can't make that claim that the game would have been won or lost based on that. A lot happened after that. If he hadn't had the try, then they would have had a goal line kick, and you can't say the Springboks would have scored from that. So that's nonsense. If it had occurred in the last 5 minutes, then you could have said, that could have been the game winner, and if it had been the deciding points. But it wasn't. It was many, many points before that. It was their first try. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, the first try by the All Blacks wasn't a try. It was a forward pass, clear forward pass, and it wasn't even looked at by the TMO. Also, Cheslin Colby was about to score a try on the other end, and he was tackled by the face. They grabbed him like this. No penalty. No card. 5 meters out, was about to score. That was a cynical high tackle that prevented a try. Should have been a penalty try. Springboks didn't get a try that time. So you can play this game back and forth. But Quagga Smith and Grant Williams saved the day. 2 players I'm high on, although I've criticized Quagga's season. But off the bench, he's brilliant, like I said. Alan lives in Four Ways. Well, I went to that restaurant complex that's next to the prison there. What's that place called, Alan Kotza? What is that place called? There's a big shopping place with a theater and food stores. It's really cool. It's across, it's called something to do with the prison. I forget the name of it, but it's awesome. So Quagga Smith and Grant Williams save, and the Springboks go 3-0 in the Rugby Championship. Springboks produced a stunning finish in the final 10 minutes to claim a 31-27 victory over New Zealand in the Rugby Championship class at Ellis Park. Yep. So they managed to pull it out. Bongiambadambi. But Scott Robertson is not going to be drug into that controversy. He's not going to have anything to do with it. He said, I saw what you saw. And he won't discuss the controversial Bongiambadambi try. All Blacks coach Scott Razor Robinson is not keen to get drawn into the controversy, and he's smart to do that. Prison Break Market. That's it is, Leovin. Thank you. Yeah, and I went to Monte Casino as well. Yep. Yeah, went to Monte Casino as well. Yep. Quagga does not look like he could fight his way out of a paper bag, but I'm happy to eat my words. Well, he can fight his way out of a paper bag. You were at Prison Break. Yeah, Prison Break Market. That's pretty awesome. I really enjoyed that. I like this. Bless, what's with this chair? Sorry. Chair's acting up. I'd like to spend some more time there in Four Ways at Prison Break next time I'm around. And folks are welcome to come join me. We can have a good party there. Monte Casino, yeah, I also went there. That was where you had a meet and greet. Monte Casino, because that's nice. And Courtney comes with another super chat. He missed the mall culture of the 80s. Yeah, the mall culture of the 80s was great. Early 80s especially. Mall culture was pretty cool. Yeah, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, baby. Thank you for the super chat. Man, everybody's kicking in except Skinflint Arctic. Well, if you're a South African and you want to go abroad, what are some of the places you can earn the most money? Where do you think you can earn the most money going abroad? Which country as a South African can you make the most money? What do you think? All right, I'll give you a chance to answer. Ulrich Fenter's here. Welcome to Ulrich. Yeah, Courtney's doing some nice super chats. Thank you for that, Courtney. It's very kind of you. I appreciate that. All right, how are we doing here? We got 90 people currently watching the program. Be sure to hit the like button, folks. We got 69 likes. Got about $35 to super chat, government. My favorite experience as a kid was pushing people's shopping carts for extra pocket money. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Dubai says crab toes. Okay, there's our first response. Singapore. Okay. All right. Those are good guesses. I've got a story here to tell you which ones. Romany cream biscuit. Afrikaners need to migrate to USA en masse. Well, then they won't be Afrikaners. The entire culture will disappear. They'll be Americans. They'll be barbecuing and no more braais. Well, actually, braais so popular it might just become part of our vernacular, particularly because of the rugby culture. But we would become world beaters in rugby if that happened. Can you imagine the U.S., about 100,000 Afrikaners migrate here, and a generation later we have one of the top rugby teams in the world from the offspring? Wouldn't that be something? You say that, Hendo, but they don't braai in Argentina or Kenya or Nigeria. African Idiot saw me commenting on skid marks. Lekaman. Yeah, no, he speaks Afrikaans at a pace that I can keep up with a lot of it. He doesn't speak too fast, and his accent isn't too hard to follow. So, yeah. Yep. So, there you go. All right. So, that's it. I think nobody else is guessing. We'll just go with the story then, and we'll tell you the places that business tech tells us. So, given the global shortage of skills, some countries offer expats better salary packages than others. And here are the top 10 from Europe, the Americas, Asia, and even the Middle East. Okay, countries like Canada, Japan, China, Australia are facing significant gaps in their workforce for highly skilled fields and are turning to skilled professionals from abroad. All right, for South Africans, the allure of a stable political environment, efficient public services, and greater personal safety is undeniable. So, let's take a look. The list comes from client data across dozens of countries and over 50 billion pounds under management. All right, Japan. Now, I've been there. That's the fortress in Tokyo. That's incredible. Number of expats coming to Japan has started to rise. Japan is now desperate to gain foreign professionals due to its aging population. And I'll tell you, Japan is amazing. It's a great place. I could live in Japan. Not forever, because it's so crowded, but I could go there for a while. In terms of financial gains, the middle manager of Japan will earn around 6 million rand a year. Independently, you can earn an income of 707,000 rand for a service professional. or $3.45 million for a manager role. That's pretty good. In China, anyone in science, AI, and IT, China's a great place to go work. There is such demand that expat salaries reflect the desperation. An expat package could be as high as 4.9 million rand. Hong Kong, 4.4 million rand. If you're going to be independent without an expat package, you can earn gross income of 650,000 rand and as a service professional, and up to 3.9 million in a management role. And Turkey. Turkey isn't usually a place that people think about, but many international companies are there, and you can get a salary of 4.3 million. Australia. It's a common place for expats to go, and it's partly due to the high potential salaries up to 4.2 million per year, but it's expensive to live there. Independently sourcing work will get you an average of 746,000 a year as a service professional and 1 million in a management role. High standards of living and fascism make it very attractive. Canada. Skilled professionals who move to Canada as expats can earn between 1.1 million and 1.7 million a year. On average, a project manager makes 900,000 rand, while senior finance manager can earn 1.6 million. France. A company relocating you to France could potentially get you a middle leader package of up to 3.6 million a year. Even without an expat package, you can earn 570,000 rand as a service professional and 3.6 million in management. And the United States. You get fantastic benefits packages in the U.S. You can earn as much as $4 million as a high-ranking professional. Expat package, you earn $883,000 as a service professional. That's the highest of any of them. And $5.6 million in management. Switzerland, $4 million a year. Service professionals can get $1.4 million. That's high, but it's expensive to live there. Management, $6.3. High cost of living. Saudi Arabia, no thank you. There you get $982,000 as an HR manager, but everything's tax-free, so you keep it all. Or you get $2.4 million as a manager. There you go. Interesting, to say the least, eh? Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? Pretty interesting. USA with the benefits package is one of the good choices there. It's diverse and it's huge. Some of these countries, only certain places you can go get those jobs. Yeah, Switzerland is unbelievably expensive, Krokotopia, you're right. The Isle of Man is looking for South Africans. They don't speak Manx there, not anymore. The Isle of Man government has set a bold target to increase its population by targeting foreign professionals through recruitment incentives, and some South Africans have made the move. The Isle of Man wants to increase its population in the next 5 to 7 years, aiming to boost the island's economic growth and address demographic challenges. Current population is 86,000. Okay. Population growth target outline is emphasized the need to fill gaps. They want to increase it to 100,000. Government hopes to ensure a sustainable economy. Aging population, a critical need for skilled workers. So, professionals in tech, financial services, engineering, healthcare, salaries range from 25,000 to 70,000. That's not much money. So that's 587,000, 1.7 million per year. Island's located in the Irish Sea between England and Ireland. 10% of the island's residents are already South Africans. 8,000 South Africans live in the Isle of Man. I had no idea. They have a Sapphic festival. 8,000 South Africans live in the Isle of Man. Wow, it's 10% of the Manx are Saffas. Mark Shuttleworth lives there. I didn't know that. Well, I've been to the Isle of Man. I flew there. It's interesting. I drove all around it. Interesting. But it felt old. The capital felt old. Like it was built in the 19th century. I mean, and it felt run down old, like a old summertime destination with crappy hotels. But the Isle of Man is interesting. Well, folks, Namibia is culling wildlife. Kills 700 animals, including hundreds of elephants and zebras. Namibia plans to slaughter 723 wild animals, including elephants, to provide food for almost half its population facing severe hunger crisis from the worst drought in a century. It's not the worst drought in a century. Well, maybe it is. The last really bad one was during the Herero uprising. Things went very badly. Israel has found the bodies of 6 hostages murdered moments before they were rescued. Israel erupts in protest to demand a ceasefire after 6 more hostages die in Gaza. So Israelis are angry with the government, not with the terrorist, fascist, Islamo-Nazis in Gaza. Hirsch Goldberg, Poland, 23, top left-hand side, is an American. He was murdered. Irani Danio, Eden Yerushalami, I wonder how often she was raped while she was there. Almog Sarusi, Alexander Lobanov, All these people were murdered. Grieving and angry Israelis surged in the streets Sunday night after 6 more hostages were found dead, chanting "now, now" as they demanded Prime Minister Netanyahu reach a ceasefire with Hamas. What the hell is wrong with these people? Hamas refused 2 ceasefires already. So are they just supposed to stop and let them continue to fire rockets in Israel? You're morons. I appreciate your grief and your loss, but Benjamin Netanyahu is not responsible for their death. The terrorists are responsible for it. The island's largest trade union has pressured the government by calling general strike for tomorrow. Wow. They were killed shortly before forces arrived. Netanyahu says whoever murders hostages clearly doesn't want a deal. He's right. I've already covered Kamala Harris. I'm going to skip that. So which states produce the most oil in America? Well, what do you think? Oil is ubiquitous across the United States. That's why we're the world's largest oil producer, despite the government trying to stop it. U.S. is a key player in world oil production, producing several key types of oil in 32 of the 50 states, averaging 16.6 million barrels per day. That's the most ever produced by any country, even beyond Saudi Arabia. 16.6 million barrels per day. That amounts to an annual production of 711 million metric tons of oil. So here's the map that shows the states that produce the most. Texas is right there. Number 1, 2,111,995 barrels. Oh, billion. Okay. So Texas, number 1. New Mexico is number 2. Did you know that? 667,000. North Dakota, number 3, 432,000. Is it Colorado's 4? Colorado's 4. From here, I'm not sure. California, 7. California's dropped down. They used to have a lot more. Ohio produces 30,000 barrels of oil a day. I know that because I lived on a farm and we had an oil well right across the street. That was the engine, the motor that ran to turn the pump. It's loud. The natural gas that came out of the oil well was fed through a pipeline, and that's what we used in our house. We had a gas range, we had gas heat, we had a gas dryer. Everything was run off of gas because we had natural gas for free. Louisiana, I'll get to in a moment. Yeah, so Ohio, 30,000 barrels per day, and it's high-quality oil, just like Pennsylvania's oil, which is the original commercial place. It was in Pennsylvania where the first oil well was drilled in Titusville. Pennsylvania's 17th with 4,802 barrels per day. West Virginia is 14th. Louisiana is 10th. Mississippi, Oklahoma's 5th. There you go. So most of the oil is produced in this Permian Basin area right here. Even Kansas is on there, but North Dakota is huge. Yep. So that's where the oil is produced in the United States, folks. The Starliner capsule will be coming home empty. The astronauts are coming home, not coming home the Starliner. It's going to come back by itself. Watch it burn up probably. The Boeing Starliner capsule is officially coming back to Earth on September 6th. Though it's going to be a bit lighter than expected. Spacecraft was supposed to ferry 2 astronauts, Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams, back to Earth, but they'll be remaining on the International Space Station God knows how long. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just do this now. Good evening and welcome back to our broadcast. It is Sunday, September 1st, 2043. The 2 astronauts still trapped on the International Space Station as its decaying orbit is about to bring it into the atmosphere. Concerns and fears over Boeing's inability to remove... My goodness. Well, the Duroff case is not about free speech. So says the captured Financial Times. Telegram stand against censorship should not mean allowing criminal content. No, it shouldn't. But the Financial Times shouldn't be smearing another social media site. The hashtag Free Pavel, launched by Elon Musk, spread quickly after Pavel Durov's recent arrest. Many of those who reposted portray his founder's detention as assault on free speech. In any direct sense, it is not. Durov faces preliminary charges in a French probe of Telegram's alleged failures to address criminality on its platform, including drug peddling and child sex abuse material. A court may ultimately have to decide whether the app broke French law and whether its Russian-born CEO can be held responsible. U.S. conservatives and Silicon Valley entrepreneurs have found themselves in strange concert with Russian bloggers and alleging Durov's detention shows European tech regulation is on the road to censorship. Well, it is. Senior Russian officials among Telegram's most avid users claim Paris is trying to force him to hand over the app's encryption keys. We know it is. They even tried to steal them and convince people to steal them for them, work for the company. It is an effort to censor content on Telegram. The idea is to shut Telegram down. Don't make any mistake. That's the facts. Don't listen to the Financial Times. It's obviously a captured publication. Well, the WNBA, I watched an incredible game Sunday, Chicago and Indiana, and Caitlin Clark is amazing. Angel Reese, a great player, but she wasn't very impressive in this game. She got a double-double. That's only because she got sloppy, extra time points that got her double digits for scoring, but she had only 2 points for most of the game. The Chicago Sky's hometown paper, however, is not a fan of some of the fouls committed against Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark. Yes, and we'll ask the obvious question here. There is Diamond, or what's her name over there? So Caitlin Clark lit up the Chicago Sky in an Indiana Fever win, putting to bed any idea of WNBA Rookie of the Year race in the process. But she also took home some hard fouls en route to victory. She was on the receiving end of 2 flagrants, one from Michaela Onwere on a reckless closeout, and the other which received far more attention on a shoulder check from Diamond DeShields. So here it is.
Trust Arena, the Fever really stretched out.
Okay, let's watch that again, except larger. Okay, watch this. So she's coming up the court, and watch her give her a shoulder. Oh, now it doesn't want to work. What the hell? Give me a break. Okay, sorry, it doesn't want to work now. Okay. It's, here you go. That's their cover in the Chicago Sun-Times. Foul ball. So one has to begin to ask the question, why are WNBA players flagrantly fouling and attacking and abusing Caitlin Clark? At some point, we have to address the elephant in the room. Is it because she gets the attention? That could be it, but that doesn't address the reasons why people are trying to physically injure her. So that's kind of excessive. Is it because they have penis envy because she's brought attention to WNBA that no one's ever brought? Possibly. That could be it. But let's just deal with the real facts here. There's supposition anyway. Why is Caitlin Clark consistently attacked? Of all the flagrant fouls, of all the abuse that she's received, of all the cheap shots that she's taken, how many of them have come from white WNBA players? Let me think about this for a moment. Yeah, 0. Every single abusive assault, physical assault on Caitlin Clark on the pitch has been done by a black female player. Is race the reason? Are they racist? A real journalist should start to ask that question. I mean, we can look the other way once or twice, but it goes on all season. In this game, she was fouled so many times she was fouled, and in the flagrant fouls on top of that. And she still set her personal best PB of 31 points. At some point, we just have to ask the question, why is the WNBA allowed to have racist in it? Right? Think so. Anyway, by the way, I want to show you that photograph of last year's Miss Universe Zimbabwe. Here she is. Now, I know that for the men, you might find this woman to be hideous, and I apologize. If you find her to be hideous, it's my apologies for showing this. Avert your eyes if this offends your sensibilities and you find this woman unattractive. Damn! Brooke Jackson, Miss Universe Zimbabwe 2023. Wow. Fashion designer and model. That's it, gentlemen. Stop your objectifying of women. Stop it. I see you right now. I know what you're going to type. Don't you dare objectify women. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Be sure to hit the like button, folks. 78 likes. Still 80-plus people here. What's going on? She's a hottie deluxe, says Charles. Seamus says, Blixem. Damn! What comes to mind for me is that that movie with Jim Carrey. And he goes, smoking. Peppered with Shona dialect. Really, Courtney? I haven't heard her. I broke my brook tuna. And I had to go full screen. You wanted the whole full Monty. Is that what you wanted, the full Monty? My goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The Mask. Thank you, Charles. Yeah, that movie with Jim Carrey was called The Mask. Yeah. Smoking. I have to get a clip of that and put that in my videos. First thing is visual, just the fact. Yep. No, that's the reality. Human beings are visually oriented, except unfortunately for those who lack vision. which is unfortunate. But we are visual creatures. We respond to visual stimuli. And some people, I like big butts and I want to say. So some people like big butts. It's the big bum crowd. Some people like itty bitties. Some people don't. Her accent's very unique. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Anyway, so let's take a look and see if anything's happened, any traction at all on that video. It doesn't look like it's a Sunday, so no, it's not going anywhere. 568 views. Oh, actually, that's not bad. It's not even an hour old, is it? Oh, an hour and 20 minutes. So 568, not great on a Sunday, but okay. The one I did, the thumbnails are as a guess. But yeah, the Giselle video, not many people tuned in for that. 368 views. Wow. But Giselle is back, folks. I broke that news yesterday. Giselle has, hang on a second. I get one more thing here. Where's that at? There it is. Giselle has survived her cancer. Copy. I don't want that. I already contributed. So I'm going to, and she's going to be back in the studio recording soon. That's pretty exciting news. Where the hell did this go now? Okay. Lost my broadcast. It's here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Threw me off. So if you'd like to help with the Legal Defense Fund, it's not Back a Buddy. It's not GoFundMe. It's another one, Fundraiser, it's called, and that's the link. If you want to go there, you can donate to Ronaldo Hus. He's got goals set up for Legal Defense Fund, and yeah, he got a couple good contributions. Some of them are disappearing now. That's weird. I guess after 24 hours they go away, listing who's there. Oh no, you can see all. Okay, let me see all. There's 7 contributions so far. Yeah, okay, there we go. Anonymous, Graham, Reason, Not Emotion, Tristan, Gerhard, Michael. Yep. Cool beans. All right, so yeah, so if you want to contribute to that, that fundraiser's there. His legal fees are obnoxiously large, committed no crime, but being assaulted by people with deep pockets. Bit late pulling in, but have you touched on the book and Ross's health? I touched Seamus on Springboks. We covered the game, but I didn't talk about the injuries to Kurtley Arnsey and to Sia Khaleesi. I haven't got an update on those. I don't know where we're at. Dylan, it's fine. People can afford it to do it. Those who can't, don't. Chester says, luckily I don't have a big butt. Should reach out to Elon Musk. Yeah, well, that'd be nice. I watched it. It was heartwarming. It's so lovely to see you with her family and that she's in remission. Yeah, that was amazing, Lightring. Yeah, it's been a long road, a couple of years now, and so total remission. Doctors were ecstatic. So she is going back into the recording studio. They wrote songs during this period. Who knows? By the way, folks, look for new releases coming from Monty Jackson, and I've heard the songs. Awesome. I should have asked Monty if I could play it. I don't want to do it and get in trouble. I'll ask him. William Smith, the erstwhile owner of Featherbird, passed away. All right, thank you for sharing that, Paul. You do know Shona people are black. The reason I ask the accent is because what you think is Shona may be something else. Who are you talking to Courtney? Yeah, so anyway. Sunday, folks. Oof. Sunday. It's been a busy week, to say the least. I mean, I've been doing so many videos this week with all this stuff and the assaults and smears going on. So today's the 1st. So last week would have been the 23rd? 25th, excuse me. 25th. So I go back to 25th. Yeah, since August 25th, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 prepared videos. Do you know how much time that takes in a week? 11 prepared videos, plus my live broadcast and the rugby. Did 5 rugby games. Yep. Busy weekend. Busy week. Yep. So lots going on. No, I'm not killing myself, Dylan. But I am neglecting a few things I need to. I keep saying I'm going to sort out those rugby jerseys. I need to do that. Also need to get some food in me. Yep. And I did mow the grass yesterday. I managed to pull that off in between streams. So I went outside and cut the grass. Yep. That Australia game was a bit disappointing last night, the Australia game. And the USA did win last night, 28-15 against Canada in their first game of the Pacific Nations Cup. So, yeah. Dan Bailey. Hey, what's going on, Bay? It's Cowboys in the scene, folks. Dan Bailey. Dan, how's it going out there, man? How you doing in the Mountain States? One of my favorite places in the world, Wyoming. Absolutely amazing place. Love it, love it, love it, love it. But it's a big state. Long trips from one place to another. If I was going to live there, I would live probably in the southeast corner in Cheyenne, or I'd live out in Star Valley. I love Wyoming. It's a great place. When one of us wins the lottery, we can get the colonel of the newsroom, reporters, and editors he needs. Thank you for that, Light Rain. Yeah. Yeah. You can make me the managing editor, and I'd have my own show, and then the rest of it I'd run. That'd be cool. I'd enjoy that. I'd love that. That'd be cool. It'd be nice to be rich to be able to do something like that. Maybe one of you guys can reach out to your friend Elon Musk and ask him to fund that. That'd be kind of cool. Courtney says, I'm an election judge in a pivotal swing state. Better ensure a Trump victory. I have no control over who wins or who people vote for. And that was, I know you're joking. You're being facetious, but that's would be highly inappropriate and partisan and illegal. Nope. I am completely neutral and ensure that everyone gets their opportunity to vote. If they don't show up in the voters' rolls, then we'll do a provisional ballot and let the county review it and see if it's legitimate and add it or toss it aside. Yep. Star Valley has a large Latter-day Saint population. Okay. Yeah, no, you're right about that, Charles. Even in South Africa, you get different English accents in different neighborhoods. In South Africa, you get posh ones. You get a lot of Black Africans who speak it, and they have different ones. Paul from Mooiberg says hi. Oh, hey, all right, cool. Well, hello. Give him my greetings next time you see him. I assume you greet him for me today. Folks, Mooiberg is a place I'm stopping all the time. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Have a cappuccino there. Maybe buy a little bit of Druvors. Yeah, nice place. Yep, it's pretty cool. Mooiberg is on the road from Somerset West to Stellenbosch. Yep, about halfway, roughly halfway between them. It's a short drive. Dan, so what's going on, man? What are you up to? That's our Cowboy action shooters. How's your dad, Dan? How's your dad? Hope he's well. Yeah, so doing all right. Glad I can finally catch. Yeah, I'm glad you can catch it too. But we've covered all the news, so you're coming in a little bit late. I'm glad you found it because people are having a hard time finding my streams now. Compare a person from the Swartland to someone from across the Val. Yeah. Well, Afrikaans accents are different all over the place too. I mean, there are differences. You can pick up the differences. Some people don't realize there are, but there are differences. It's just the nature of things. People speak with different accents in different places. But yeah. So anyway, folks, sun has come out, and it was yesterday. I cut the grass. I went outside. It was overcast, and it was not hot, but it was humid. And so I cut the grass without getting too nasty, and I did the front and the sides. Didn't do the back, which is larger. This is about 40%, and that's about 60%. So I did 40%, which is what people see on the street. I don't really use the backyard. So I managed to get that done. I left, and then within half an hour of cutting the grass, it started to rain. Strawberries. Yeah, they also have strawberries there. Yep. How goes your solar rings? Not very good, Charles. I'm very disappointed in August. August should have been a major solar month, but it wasn't. It was terrible. It was terrible. Well, it was one of the better months, but it should have been, I thought, a record month. But so many overcast days, so little sunshine coming through. Let me get back to that. What's Vivek want shut down? Vivek wants something shut down. Shut it down. Okay. Why am I coming here? New post. See, I hate this because I have multiple accounts. All these black people beating up white people in Europe, and everybody just standing around. Oh my God. Yeah, they got Germans that are going to go to jail for misgendering this person. That's what they say. That person, they're going to go to jail for misgendering that person. Wow, that's some serious boldness there. I hate this with Twitter. Okay, there's. Okay. Where the heck is... See, I get this warning for this identification for 2 posts, and then I can't find them. I hate Twitter from that standpoint. That's why I don't use it much. Okay. Oh, got something from somebody there. Wow. Anyway, sorry, I've got some notes coming in here from folks. Mark Shuttleworth, Isle of Man. Somebody sent me that. Okay. Anyway, I'm not finding what I'm looking for. What was I looking for? I got lost in the stream of things, you know. Surprised the Colonel doesn't live here in Utah. Wide open spaces, patriotic culture, landscape, climate are similar parts. Well, Courtney, I just happenstance I live in Pennsylvania. I didn't intend to live in Pennsylvania. I wasn't going to live here when I retired. I didn't want to keep this damn mortgage going. It's killing me. It's mortgage. I mean, I'm paying more in taxes and homeowners insurance than I am in principal. It's outrageous. It took me several years to get to where I'm paying more principal than interest. I've done that now. The interest is declining every month, but I still got to pay this ridiculous. I just had a $5,700 escrow withdrawal to pay for property taxes. $5,700. They do it like twice a year. Could always live in Casper, centrally located. Yeah, but Casper isn't Casper where the damn University of Wyoming's at? Or no, that's Laramie. Excuse me, it's Laramie. I went to University of Wyoming. Was not impressed. Wyoming University. Can travel to most of the state fair. That's a good point. Well, I mean, shooting's great, but I mean, Dan, that's not my primary motivation. My primary motivation is nature and the ability to be free and be unburdened by ridiculous taxes. Yeah, Utah, but Wyoming has unbelievably low taxes. They draw most of their revenue from the energy sector. Wyoming is a big energy state. In fact, let me take a look at how many barrels Wyoming is producing per day, because they have lots of things, not just oil, but let me get to that. Where's it at? So the map. Wyoming is 8th in the country, producing almost 100,000 barrels per day. Yep. Yep. Hard sock. Okay, thanks for the message, Hard Sock. Yeah, I just went through my mail. I saw some things in there. I hadn't looked at it in some time. People have to remind me to check that mail account, so thank you for that. Well, let's focus on Wyoming. Okay? Let's do that for a moment, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about Wyoming. That's Dan's home. And, you know, it's named after a county in Pennsylvania. I had no idea. I didn't know that. There's a county in Pennsylvania called Wyoming County, and that's what Wyoming is named after. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. So let's talk about Wyoming, okay? We got the State of Wyoming website, and it's just gorgeous out there, folks. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, landlocked state in the Mountain West subregion of the western United States, borders Montana to the north and northwest, South Dakota, Nebraska to the east, Idaho to the west, Utah to the southwest, and Colorado to the south. Population of 576,000 in 2020, the least populous state. That's right, and a big one too. It's the 10th largest by area, but the least populated. Second lowest population density after Alaska. State capital is most populous, a city of just 65,000 in Cheyenne. That's why I love it. They also have Taco John's there, and they have Francis Warren Air Base. Is it Warren? I think it's Francis Warren. A big portion of Wyoming is on fire. Well, then I won't have to go anywhere for my braai. I'll just stick the meat out the window. Wow. The western half consists mostly of ranges and rangelands and the Rocky Mountains. Eastern half is high elevation prairie, referred to as the high plains. It used to be inhabited primarily by indigenous population. That's a bogus term. They're not indigenous. They migrated there from Asia, but hey, you can use that false term if you want. The Arapaho, the Crow, the Lakota, and Shoshone. It was part of the Louisiana Purchase. Yep. Anyway, so let's see what we can say about it here. Median income is $62,000. Okay. Its official bird is a western meadowlark. Fish is the cutthroat trout. Its flower is a Wyoming Indian paintbrush. They even have an official grass, western wheatgrass. Mammal, American bison. Yep. Tree, the plains cottonwood. Mineral, nephrite. Interesting. You know, Wyoming was the first state in the Union to grant women the right to vote. Did you know that? They are conservative, and they are ahead of the curve on so many things. So let's get over to the map. We're going to zoom out to Wyoming. I'm going to show you a few places that I've been in Wyoming. Come on, Colorado, Wyoming. There we go. Courtney gave another super chat. Let's talk about Utah. Oh, when you say that, I start thinking of Salt and Pepper. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the things good and bad. Let's talk about sex, baby. Salt and Pepper, man. Remember that? So doers, not lookers. What's this? England thought it was known for always. Oh, England gets a lot of rain, yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at the map here very quickly, and we'll zoom in on this one. So this is Wyoming. A little hard to see there, but it's basically in the center. I'm going to zoom in. Wind River Reservation, been there. All right, so up in the top corner, you got Sundance, where they have that film festival. You got Spearfish up there in South Dakota, Deadwood, real close to the border. But you've got Bighorn National Forest, Yellowstone National Park, Bridgerton National Forest. You've got Grand Teton National Park. Yeah, so there's Lander. Been to Lander. That's pretty cool. Been to Casper. I've been to Laramie. I've been to all the way over here, Cheyenne. Oh, went too far. I'm sorry, Cheyenne's right here. The map is throwing me off. There's Cheyenne. Almost in Colorado. Big state, lots to see. All right, let's go to this. There's the Wyoming State website. Untamed Spirit of the West, the majestic natural beauty. Open your mind and invigorate your senses. Release your own inner freedom. Well, I should move to Wyoming and run for the Senate or governor. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? Election results. Let's take a look at that. Whoops, getting redirected to another page. 2024 primary. There you go. Look at that. It's all open disclosure there. Transparent. Anyway, people are leaving. No one wants to talk about this nonsense. That's a shame. We lost 24 people. Did somebody just come online with a broadcast? Do membership fees for your channel vary across country? Example, if you pay, do your membership? No. There's no fee at $19.99. It's $2.99. So it's set in dollar amounts. And let me just take a look what it currently is. I haven't looked at it for a while. Let me see. Earnings. Let me see. Memberships. What was that? Hang on. Hang on a second. Memberships. Give me the level here. I don't remember the level here. It's somewhere. 123 members. A lot of that's just because Nick and Eric are always buying memberships from people, which is nice of them. But I'm looking for it here. I don't see what my... It used to tell you on your channel, you know. Oh, my members are all active, so that's cool. There's nobody that has a membership doesn't show up. That's good to know. Come on. I don't see what the charges are. But no, it's like $2.99, $4.99, and $14.99 or something like that. But it doesn't tell me. That's odd. Anyway, not important. Yeah, Mike, I love geography too. It's awesome. Awesome sauce. Good stuff. Anyway, Utah women began voting in 1870. Yep. Long time ago. Drove from Seattle down to Charlietown with my brother. Long trip. What is Charlietown? Where's that at? Yeah, I've driven from Ohio to Seattle to Los Angeles to Arizona. I've driven from Arizona to Missouri. I've driven from Iowa to Seattle, Seattle to Iowa. I've driven from Maryland to California, California to Maryland. I've driven back and forth on all the three major routes, 90, 80, 70, across the United States. I've been to every state in the Union, save Alaska, Hawaii, and Louisiana. I've never been to Louisiana. Can you go to Idaho and watch the football players running around on the blue? Yeah, no, that's Boise State. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What's your opinion on the Amtrak Aero Train? I don't know the Aero Train. I've taken Amtrak. It's okay. It's not the same experience as taking the train in Europe or Japan. Taking the train in Japan is an awesome experience. Taking the train in Germany used to be awesome, but now it's full of criminal alien invaders and scumbags and poorly serviced, and so it's becoming less reliable. So no. Taking the train in the UK, I've done that. Not impressed with the train in the UK. They're always jam-packed with people. So many people there. So frustrating. Best drive in the U.S. was from Baltimore to the Florida Keys and back. I've done that. I've driven from Maryland to Canada, and from Maine to Maryland, from Maryland to Miami back to Maryland. Done it all. Yep. So I've traveled all over the United States. I've been to Grand Canyon. I've been to Acacia National Park. I've been to the Redwoods. I've been to Devil's Tower, Yellowstone, the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. I've been to all these places, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I've gone by Route 66. I've driven on parts of it, but it's not like it once was. So, Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi, was Southwest not flying? Yeah, no. Southwest is too expensive, and they don't fly all the places I want to go. But now they're the busiest and largest carrier in America. So, driving Pacific Coast Highway from Santa Monica to Ventura is truly majestic. Yeah, it's not bad. I've driven the Pacific Coast Highway. Yep, driven that. Absolutely. Flesh and loves living in the U.S. outside the cities is so easy. It is. That's why when people are like, why don't you worry about problems in your country? You got bigger problems. Shut up. You can't talk about South Africa. Who are you to talk about South Africa? Who are you to assault me? Where do you get off with that? Hate wanking. Taxes are kind of annoying, but the lights work. The police respond. Fire departments volunteer. People donate their time. They come. Banks work. Money's available. Plenty of jobs. The roads are all straight. No potholes. Although the one coming into my neighborhood is falling apart. Yep. Oh, gotcha, John. Okay, so YouTube builds you. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. You're not the first person that said that. People told me that they're getting overcharged for their YouTube subscriptions. You pay me $19 today, John, for membership, and you have another channel, $4.99. Yeah, so they took 15 more. That doesn't make sense. No, I think the rates I charge. Well, I don't charge anything in Rand. I set it up. That's why I was trying to find it there. As I recall, because on the other original channel, I only did $1.99, and I did like $4.99 and $14.99. So on this channel, I started with $2.99, and then I think $6.99 or something like that. But I mean, I don't. No, it's not in Rand, but you could build in Rand. But I get screwed because YouTube takes like a fee of like 30% on top of their 30% fee. So I get screwed. I mean, my South African memberships, let me just tell you what the membership's 123 members. Okay, let me go to earnings. Okay, supers. 123 members currently. What the hell is this? It's not memberships what I want, not supers. 123 members, and that generates $158. I have 3 Master and Commanders. So 3 Master and Commander memberships is $15 a piece. That's $45. That's what that should generate. Platoon Leader, that's $6.99 if I remember correctly. So that's 14. So $6.99 times 10 is $70. And 4 more is $84. 84 and 45, it's already what? 80 and 40, $130 right there. Then I've got 106 members at $3, $2.99. So that's $300 plus there. Plus the 120, it should be $420 a month for memberships. Yet I only get $158. That's bullshit. They screw us as they're screwing you. Obi-Wan Kenobi says membership in South Africa is 39 Rand. That's the low membership. That's the $2.99 one. Yeah, so 123 members with 3 Master and Commander, 14 Platoon Leader, 106 recruit team members. I should be getting $420 a month in revenue from memberships. I don't get that. YouTube has been robbing me blind the entire time. They rob everybody blind. This is such a scam. Such a scam. The math doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. And I have no transparency into seeing it. I should sue these bastards, but I don't have that kind of money. Yeah, $158. Number of cancellations is down by 78% in the last month, and number of who gained is up by 41%. So there you go. Total membership up by 10%. Yeah, no, it's just horrible what goes on. But, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah, no, I got you. Membership. But Obi-Wan, it's priced in dollars. They set that rate. I have no say over it. Yeah, I can't price it in rand. Do you think the All Blacks come back hard at box this week? I think they will, but I think the Springboks. Okay, the thing I'm going to say about this game when I do the conversation on Tuesday with MV Velman on Megaphone Rugby, I'm going to talk about how Springboks were playing out of position throughout this game, and it caused some of the confusion and some of the lapses, which led to stupid decisions like the pass to Khaleesi that was taken by Jordy Barrett and run straight back for a try. I think that was a part of it. I don't think we'll see that kind of chaos next week about, people playing out of position. So Etzebeth is clearly back, so then we don't have to put Peter Steph Dutoit at number 4. Ruan Norkia is still available, so he's at number 5. So that means Etzebeth can start at 7. Question is, who comes in at 8? Is it Elric Lowe? Is it Jasper Visa? Probably Jasper Visa, given how well he played. Kind Christmas. President Underwood is laughing his butt off. Chris Smart wanted to perform the Congo K's back in the day. So this might be naive of me, but what does YouTube charge different region-wise? I don't understand the question. Oh, but does YouTube charge? No, they're supposed to base their prices off of what we set the prices. So if you're in the UK, you'll set your price in pounds. If your account's set in the US, you do it in dollars, Canadian dollars. And you charge that amount, and then that gets translated into the local membership, whatever it costs. So let me see. Let me go to my channel and see about joining, okay? YouTube Studio. I go to my channel. There we go, my channel. Okay, I'm not a paying member of my channel. That's silly because they would take my own money. So let me membership. Okay. Membership tab looks like the members. Okay, well you get a different tab. That's a nicer tab. But how do I join it? It doesn't even, where's the tab to join? That's interesting. There's not even a thing to become a member here. Oh, here it is, join. Okay, duh. Okay, $2.99 a month is for recruit team members, $6.99 a month for the next level, and $14.99 for the top one. So there you go. Yep, and I haven't changed those prices in a long time. Yep. It's minimal amount of cash that comes in. So now, lady, you are late. You're very late. Yeah, so that's what it says. Now, if you open up in South Africa, I don't know what it's going to tell you, but it's $2.99, $6.99, and $14.99. And like I said, I should be making over $4 a month from memberships. It's such a scam. If I went on Substack and charged you $5 for membership, I would get $5. I'm tempted to start doing things like that just to raise a little bit of money. But anyway. But John, I appreciate your membership, and I'm sorry that they charge you that. But the $39 would be like $2, right? $19.99 would have been $1. I never charged $1, even on the old one, so I don't know how you got $19.99. If they're only billing you $19.99 from my channel, then they're cheating me because I don't have a $19.99 level. So Phil Donahue had an interesting opinion of Anita Bryant. Yeah, I don't really care about Anita Bryant and, sun-kissed oranges or whatever the heck's going on at Disney. I didn't really care for that. Anyway, Norway's Princess Martha Louise weds American shaman. The American shaman, the guy, an American shaman, or the guy that went to prison over January 6th? Which shaman is that? All right, folks, 98 likes. Can't we get to 100? Thanks for the super chat. That's pretty awesome. And the membership renewal. Good to see. Thank you all for that. It is Sunday, time to take a break. I might cut some grass tonight, finish the yard. We'll see. Kind of mood them in and whether it's dry or not. I don't like to cut the grass when it's wet because it just becomes very difficult to do. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. And it was an okay weekend on rugby. Yeah, tomorrow is Labor Day. That's right. Happy Labor Day. And y'all take care. God bless. Thanks for being here. Always a pleasure. Cheers, everybody. Take care of yourselves.